I'm Rob Wilson, President of Employco USA. Thanks for joining me this week for our HR chat. With me is Jason Eisenet, our Vice President of HR.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. So this week's HR topic is what are the trends in employee benefits outside of your traditional health insurance and 401k that both employers are seeing and that employees are wanting. So the days of just health insurance or paying part of health insurance or 401k or dental insurance has changed a lot over the last couple of years. Some help from COVID-19 and some just for the different ages in the workforce. So Jason, what are you seeing as your top trends?
I think, driven a little bit by COVID and the pandemic and seeing some family members or friends go through some hospital stays and some long terms and kind of recovery. We're seeing increased interest in short-term and long-term disability, long-term care. So kind of more and more clients are coming to us asking about how do we structure those? Do we make it employee paid versus employer paid? What does that look like? And kind of the one outside of that, more because of some of the legislation changes over the past few months, is student loan repayment. So this is where an employer will help an employee who has outstanding active student loans. The employer will help pay down those loans, kind of like they would on a 401k match, where maybe the employee is paying $20 a month and we'll pay $20 a month. If we'll match dollar for dollar what you put in up to a certain dollar amount, and maybe we'll let you have the election. So do you want to put money in the 401k or a student loan? So there's maybe no more money for an employer to pay, just help them pay down the student loans.
And that's so popular for that. When you look at that kind of 23 to 35 age group, student loans is an important area that it's a big concern. And you hear the government throwing it around that Bernie Sanders or whoever is saying that we should forgive all debt. And then the people obviously that have already paid off your debt, you don't want to forgive everybody else's debt, but student loan repayment is a big area. In the long-term care, Jason, one of the things that we saw is that is definitely a trend. And so typically in the long-term care, you can't buy it until sometimes you're 50, 55 years old. You have to be older in order to buy it. But the trend is that you're able to buy it as an employee for your parents or your grandparents.
Yeah, and even for yourself if it's a new company offering, almost all the existing employees would have guaranteed issue. So if someone's sick and has an underlying health condition, they might be automatically approved for the long-term care as an employer, like you said, maybe parents or a spouse, or then as new hires, you might get guarantee issue for new hires. But it is a really nice benefit maybe for people who can't get that long-term care elsewhere or the kind of inexpensive rates.
And something you want to look at if you're an employee or as the employer is it portable? So if the person no longer works for you, like in the past, a lot of company life insurance wasn't portable. So you had 3 times your salary or 5 times your salary. If you quit or terminated, typically that life insurance doesn't go with. So that's just something to look into. Another big perk that we're seeing is the ability to buy extra vacation time.
Yeah, and that could be on an election form. So you ask employees, do you want to buy an additional 2 or 3 or 4 days of vacation? And maybe at a certain point, if you have years of service qualifications where once you hit 15 years of service, you're at the maximum vacation accrual or PTO accrual, maybe you only allow it for kind of the employees from 0 to 10 years of service. So you can put certain parameters on that vacation buy, but employees love that. They love the flexibility of kind of adjusting their paid time off to meet their personal needs.
So, and Jason, another more of a question than a trend. So you've got states like Florida that are open for business. Everyone's back. Texas is strong. And then there's a lot of states where people are still remote. Definitely on the larger companies, more remote than your smaller companies. But at some point, when all of America is back, ideally in the workplace, do you think working virtually or having the ability to work part of a week virtually will be a benefit?
I think more organizations will do that post-pandemic than pre. I think it's maybe not here to stay for all organizations or all employees, but I think we'll see more organizations doing it with more of their employees than pre-pandemic, especially since we were all forced into it pretty quickly. We were all kind of needing to adapt to it on the fly, and most organizations that I've talked to did a pretty good job with it. But most organizations still like that camaraderie and the water cooler talk and teamwork, and so there might be a blend for a while especially if maybe someone has a cold or something that they may have forced themselves to come into work before. Maybe it's now remote, and you don't spread that illness. So it'll be curious on how this all unfolds.
Yeah, if you would have asked me last January or February, would Employco would our employees be working remote? I would have said not a chance. You know, we issue so many paychecks and we're really hands-on with our clients that there's no way we'd be remote. And St. Patrick's Day last year, we were 100% remote. So it happened pretty quickly, but it was a big change for us. But and I can see people when we get back to fully being in the office 5 days a week. I can see some people saying, could I work remote 1 or 2 days a week? But you're right. The time around the water cooler, the old fashioned water cooler or kitchen, whatever, that's an important time for coworkers to be together. But
Yeah, let us know. Connect us with us on LinkedIn or hr@employco.com. That's our email address. If you're looking for a template policy on the remote workforce policy or telecommuting policy, let us know. We're here to help.
right, happy to help. You can reach us on LinkedIn or Employco.com. Feel free to give Jason or myself a call or drop us an email anytime. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.